What is up, Misfits? Welcome back to the Misfit Mindset podcast with me, your host, Sarah, where we move, live, breathe Romans 12:2, which says, "Do not be conformed to the standards of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." So this is what we do here. We are not conformed. We do not live the way that the world lives, but instead we change our mindsets. So welcome in and let's get right into this episode. First off, I want to start off by apologizing. I have taken a super duper long break. After the 100-day 4 a.m. prayer challenge, I was extremely exhausted. I don't even want to lie to you guys. So I decided to take a really long social media break. And I focused on my mentorship program, which has just come to an end, and I will be releasing all of their testimonials pretty soon.
Hey y'all, so I just want to come on here really quick to share my testimony. After joining the Misfits Mentorship program, your girl life turned around, okay? When I first came into the program, I'm not gonna say I was a hot mess, but I needed some work.
I'm trying to remember who I was, and I can barely remember the person I was when I started, because of the change that I see in me because of the Misfits.
Every area of my life has been touched. The work that Sarah does is so intensive. It's so transformative. When you go into this mentorship, you don't come out the same.
If you're just joining, get ready, because I'm sorry to tell you, but your life will never remain the same afterward.
Guys, when I say this program has changed my life, it's not a joke.
So stay tuned for that. And yes, if you want to apply, if you want to join, then I'll be starting up a new program in February. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me, and you will get all the updates for when applications open, how you can apply, and when you will know that I've selected the candidates for the next program. Awesome. So let's get into this episode. So today's episode is called The Season of You. The Season of You. So I was a bit unsure at first whether I wanted to do this episode on this subject, because I think that our society already has a high like a big culture of narcissism, right? Of overly focusing on ourselves, overly looking inward. But actually, when I really thought about it, we think about ourselves a lot, but we think about ourselves based on the opinions of others. So I thought to myself, how can a society with so much narcissism also have high levels of people pleasing, if that makes sense? Because every single mentorship group, almost 99% of the people are telling me they have issues with people pleasing. So what is really going on here? Yes, you are focusing on yourself in a way, but you're focusing on yourself to make yourself acceptable to others. And although that may be helpful to a certain degree, there also comes to a point where really it's detrimental to yourself. So today I did decide to talk about you, talk about me, us individually as individuals, and how we can make ourselves better and more useful to our communities and society without giving up on ourselves. First thing, if we are talking about ourselves, if we're talking about kind of making ourselves more productive, better to society, better to ourselves, our families, and just even moving into a place where we're genuinely happy with our lives, I want to start off with saying, right now, right here, you need to take accountability for where you are. And I know this is like, it's number one, it's basic. This is really basic. Everybody says it, but let me tell you, it is really, really hard to take accountability for where you are. Because even me, I have had so many, I don't even know how to explain it, so many reasons as to why other people are the reason as to where I am, or other people cause me to be this certain way or that certain way, not realizing that I have all the power to change myself. I have all the power to change my situation. I have all the power to do the things that I need to do. And it's hard. It's really, really hard. I've had to take responsibility for my health, right? For my health, for my weight. I used to be really tiny. After a baby, I blew up. And I found myself so many times like, oh, it's her fault. It's the baby's fault why I ballooned. And it's like, no, like I really could have eaten better during my pregnancy and after my pregnancy during postpartum. I could have done light exercise. I could even do light exercise now. Like, all of these types of things. It's very easy to find yourself, even if you grew up in a abusive situation as a child. You can easily go, well, I am the way that I am because my father and my mother and my this and my that. And there's a difference between it being a reason and an excuse, right? An excuse means I get to stay this way because of what they did to me or because of what happened in my past. A reason is, okay, well, this is why the situation is how it is, but that doesn't stop me from changing it. Now, I didn't have reasons, I had excuses. I have PTSD, I have anxiety, I've got all these weird emotional, mental issues sometimes that I feel, but I was using them as excuses. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm in this situation. Until the Lord literally started convicting me to a point where I found myself repenting, not for sins, the sins that we talk about, the popular sins that we all know about, but I found myself repenting for not taking responsibility. I found myself repenting for blaming other people. I found myself literally telling him, like, I'm sorry for taking advantage of the opportunity, for not taking advantage of the opportunities you've given me in life. I am sorry for choosing to sleep in, choosing to stay up late and then be tired the next day, choosing to not study and then complain that I didn't get good grades. I'm sorry for not having persistence with what I was doing and then blaming you that I'm not successful. Like, literally, the Lord let me feel the weight of my decisions. And for the first time, I realized, like, okay, perhaps when I'm sitting there crying, he doesn't feel as bad for me as I would like to imagine he feels. Maybe he just feels like, wake up. Like, just wake up. So right now I'm telling you, like, what's happening in your life right now that you've blamed your parents, that you've blamed your job, that you've blamed your boss, that you could change. Are you in a job that you hate? Okay, so what can you do? Like, what can you do about it? You can choose to complain or you can choose to change. Now, the issue is, even when I speak to people one-on-one and I ask them, like, how can you change this? I don't know. Well, you have to know. It's not on anybody else to present to you options. Either you figure them out or you find them. But sometimes we choose to stay in the same place. So in this season of you, turn away your eyes from everybody else, what they're doing, what they've accomplished, where they're going, who they're dating, when they got married, when they did all of that, and look at you. Just look at you. Are you happy with where you are? Are you fulfilled? Do you feel like you're giving an impact to the world? No? Okay, so what can we do about that? What can you do about that? Where do you want to go? Don't think about, oh, but I can't. I had this situation with one lady. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this in my mentorship course. Actually, two amazing situations, but I'll just share one. One lady came and she was like, I really want to, go back to school and do this, but I don't think they're going to accept me. Like, I don't have the right qualifications and I just don't know. And I was like, well, we won't know until you do it, right? We won't know. I'm asking her, like, but why aren't you? Like, what is actually stopping you? And, she has all these reasons in her head. Well, I haven't been in this country long enough, and I don't think that I qualify. And what if they don't accept me? And I'm scared. I'm scared to apply. And I'm like, you being scared to apply will keep you where you are. And are you happy right there? Do you want to stay right there? No, but what if I don't make it? But what if this? What if that? And I had to calm her down. We did pray because that's pretty much most of what we do in the mentorship course, learning to pray, learning to use prayer as a weapon and medicine, and just teaching her, like, you need to take steps even if you're afraid of them, if you're not happy with where you are. Months later, she gets accepted into the course, which I'm just so happy about. I can't lie to you. Every time I hear that something good came out of my old mentees from things we spoke about in the very beginning, I am elated. So again, darling, congratulations. If you're watching this, I'm so happy for you. Also, one that I'd written down, sorry, my notes are just on the side here. One that I'd written down actually is about relationship. Are you taking responsibility for where your relationship is? The reason why I say this is because legit, I used to never take responsibility for where my relationships were. Friendships, partners, nothing. Okay? To me, I won't say I was self-centered. Somebody might call me self-centered. I don't know. But I used to think like a healthy relationship, a healthy friendship, a happy and healthy romantic relationship was not my responsibility. It was yours. I saw myself as like a passenger in every relationship that I was in. So if you want to have a good relationship with me, call me, text me. I am here. I'm here to be around when you need me. I think also it came from maybe feeling like, I don't want to burden people with my presence. So it was just like, okay, when you're ready to talk to me, you come to me. But what I realized is that was putting the burden on other people to chase me. And nobody wants to chase because other people are also dealing with their own rejection issues. So me, afraid of being rejected, stopping reaching out to them, afraid of being rejected by chasing people, made them no longer talk to me. So it's a lot of breakdown of really crucial, loving, important relationships in my life simply because I was dealing with my own stuff and I had to take responsibility. Okay, no, maybe my relationships are not where they could be because of me. No, it's not their fault. It's not their responsibility. Yes, they could have done this and they could have tried this, but what could I have done? Am I innocent? No, I was not innocent. I'm still not innocent. But just always looking at yourself first. And I love the way that Jesus says, before you look at the speck in your brother's eye, look at the log in your eye. I was carrying so many logs in my eyes. I had so many big fat issues that I could not see about myself, but I was ready to say, well, you didn't text me back. Well, you didn't call me back. Well, you didn't invite me to go hang out with you. Yeah, well, you didn't say happy birthday to me. Meanwhile, I don't even remember when their birthday is. And I'm telling myself, oh, they've never told me. So how am I supposed to know? Logs, bro. Logs. Yeah, well, you don't tell me I love you enough. Meanwhile, I'm not even expressive about my emotions like that. Meanwhile, I love to be fawned over, but I don't love to fawn over anybody. Logs, bro. Logs in my eyes. So, in this season of you, take a look at yourself. Where are you falling short? And I know that this can be so harsh for some of us who are sensitive to criticism, but maybe we need to criticize ourselves in a healthy way for change, for better. Even with finances, my Lord, I remember I was bothering Jesus, man. I was bothering the Lord, praying every day about my money. Lord, I need my money up. I need my money up. I need you to help me. Going into warfare today, I break every bondage. I break every stronghold on my money. Get off of my money in Jesus' name, every witch and warlock, every spell. Come on. I was going in. I was throwing those tongues. In the mix for my money. Until one day I saw this thing called Emma, this app for your money. And I downloaded it. I don't know why. I just downloaded it on my way home from work. And then do you know what Emma told me? I was in the top 1% of spenders on Uber. Top 1%. I was single-handedly keeping Uber alive, bro. Keeping Uber thriving, because I was taking £30 trips, £35 trips. Sometimes I would take like really like back in the day, I was so lazy. I would take a £5 trip for less than 10-minute walk. I was really lazy. Like I would take Ubers to the corner shop. Anyway, But that was the Lord also telling me, stop bothering me. Go take a look at what's going on. Like, like, not making everything spiritual, but also looking practically at what the issue is. So, sorry guys to interrupt the video, but I have a special announcement. Today is the very first day of our Misfit of the Week award. So today our Misfit of the Week is Amanda. Amanda, tell us why this person should be the Misfit of the Week. Joy has written, Amanda personifies what a misfit for God is. In her daily walk with Christ, she is intentional in making sure she's walking upright and praying without ceasing. Even in the face of uncertainty, her faith remains unwavered. Thank you so much, Joy, for that. Amanda, you are a Misfit for the Week. If you have somebody in your life that's done something that has inspired you, or you feel just needs to be acknowledged in a special way, then please click the link in the description bar and go to nominate that person to become Misfit of the Week. They will receive a shout out in this podcast. They will also receive a shout out on my Instagram, and they will receive £20 just to acknowledge them and to say thank you for being a light in this world. Again, Amanda, really well done there. Our Misfit of the Week. Point number 2. Oh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. And it is, have a standard for how you treat yourself.
My sister, have a standard, please.
Have a let me say it again. Have a standard for the way that you treat yourself. Now, I have 3 bullet points underneath this. Number 1 is listen to yourself, the plans you make and the goals that you set. You will not believe. And I remember when the Lord first started showing me this whole thing really about my tongue and about my words and about how the same me that's expecting to cast out demons, the same me that's expecting to pray and move the heavens with my prayer, the same me that's wanting my man to hear my words and to take me seriously the first time, for my daughter to listen to me the first time, is the same me that looks in the mirror and says, you know what, we're going to go to the gym tomorrow. Yes, I've decided we're going to the gym. Write it in my diary, everything. But I cannot commit to a single thing I say. I don't take myself seriously in the least. I can hear myself say, okay, one more candy. One more chocolate, sorry. Nah, let's just do another one. I am disrespecting me. I don't take me seriously. I don't respect myself. And if that happens, then nobody else has to follow the standard of respecting myself. I will be a hypocrite. So, number 1, have a standard for the way that you treat yourself. Because right now, everybody's setting these high standards for other people. Meanwhile, they don't even see themselves the way that they want their partner to see them. They don't even treat themselves the way that they want somebody else to treat them. Another one I have is, stop expecting people to treat you better than you treat yourself. You should be the number 1 cheerleader, supporter, motivator, lover, cherisher of yourself. Why? Because you are made in God's image, man. You are made in God's image. Not even just your body, like your soul, who you are, was created by the Lord. And you have a responsibility to treat yourself with the utmost respect, knowing that this body, this flesh bag, it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the Lord. I'm renting it to live in this life. So I can't just be putting junk in it all the time. I can't be looking in the mirror and talking down to it like it's nothing, because it's the Lord's property. But no, I want somebody else to come and look at me and tell me I'm the most beautiful thing and make my heart swell and buy me this and do this and take me here. Meanwhile, every time I'm alone, I sit in the house and watch Netflix. I don't say, oh, let's go for Sarah, let's go for a walk. Let's drive out. I've started taking drives by myself and listening to music. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I think it's hella romantic. Like by myself, like I'd be serenading. Ooh, you hit that note. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'd be having fun by myself. So somebody can't come in and ruin my fun. You know what I mean? I realized I've missed you guys a lot and I'm getting really chitty chatty. So I'm going to try and speed up the rest of what I have to say. So excuse me if I look here. I'm going to be reading out every other point that I really wanted to share with you guys. Cool. With having a standard for the way that you treat yourself, one other point that I want to say is all the behaviors that you have are learned and all the habits that you have are learned, meaning that you can unlearn everything. I learned that food makes me feel good. You know what I mean? I learned that behavior. I got accustomed to that behavior. But at the same time, I can teach myself that when I'm sad, go to the gym. Or when I'm sad, pray. When I'm sad, read the scripture. Like unlearn the negative behaviors that you have, but first you need to recognize what they are. And I always say a lot of us live life on this kind of autopilot, just going along with the day, but we're not recognizing what we're actually doing, taking a moment out to actually think about what is happening. So all these behaviors that you have, to talk to yourself like you're worthless, to be really mean to yourself, to overeat, to not work out, to sleep really late, to be messy, you can unlearn those behaviors. To treat yourself like what you say doesn't matter. That can tend to happen if when you were young, people treated what you had to say like it didn't matter. But it's up to you to change that. You can change that. Learn to respect yourself, and other people will see that and they will see you. You will see that they treat you differently. They talk to you differently. They act different around you. Because nobody can come to a clean, spotless house and spill crisp on the floor. You will feel like, nah, the owner won't like this. But if you go into a dirty house, you will not think twice about spilling. Like, you will not think twice. So keep that in mind. Point number 3 that I wanted to raise is for my really critical people. Have compassion for yourself and be a friend to yourself. Be a friend to yourself. Some of us learned from our mothers to bully ourselves, from our fathers to bully ourselves, from our cousins, from our aunties, uncles, all of people in school. We learned to be really harsh to ourselves. But you can choose today to become your own best friend, to enjoy your own company and not escape it, to talk to yourself kindly, to see yourself fail and not go, oh, that's it, I can't do it, let's move on, let's try another business, but to go, okay, you know what, really good try. And what went well is ABC, but this time we can try again and we'll do this and this and this better. Right now, I'm kind of lucky. I won't even say I'm kind of lucky. I've done pretty good in the sense that I have a business that makes me fairly good money when I'm working proper hard. Yes, it makes me fairly good money. But at the same time, I failed so much at this one coaching gig. Like, I failed so much, and I'd be praying and I'd be like, Lord, but you told me to do, like, Lord, I feel like you told me to do this. I feel like this is my calling. But I'd fail, but I wouldn't get clients. But you know, my videos would flop. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. My videos were like flopping. But you don't stop. Like, you don't turn around and tell yourself, well, you're no good at this actually. No, you have to sit back and go, okay, cool. No. The world just doesn't know you yet, baby. But I recognize you. I know you're big. I know you're bad. Like, I've had to, like, ironically, like, I don't even know, so it felt sarcastic in the moment, but like hype myself up like I'm another person. Like, oh yeah, is that you? Is that you? Okay. No, the world just doesn't know that you're an influencer yet. Like, it sounds so crazy, so stupid. But I had to be on my Kanye. Like, I had to put that Kanye energy. Everybody else is gonna look down on me. Even today, my own family and friends don't support what I do, man. They criticize the heck out of me. And I can choose to follow them, or I can choose to just be crazy, just be a misfit and be my friend, man. When I'm sad, to comfort myself. When I'm happy, to allow myself to be happy when I'm excited, to allow myself to be excited, to not be the one to say, oh, you're happy now, but everything's gonna get bad. Remember what I said about you can unlearn those behaviors? I had to unlearn it. I was mean to myself. That Pink song that goes, I'm a hazard to myself. So irritating, don't wanna be my friend no more. I wanna be somebody else. That used to be my favorite song because I legit hated myself. But I've had to learn. It's okay. You got pregnant as a teenager. It's okay. Would we do that again if we went back in time? Nope. But you bounce back. How are we gonna fix this? How are we gonna fix our life? Like, how are we gonna build a better life? Like, on my team, with God, and if God be for us, in my Angela Bassett voice, who can be against us? Okay? Now, you've been through a lot. I'm just reading out some of my notes that I want to read out to you. You've been through a lot, and life wasn't easy. But are you hurting yourself or are you helping yourself? Oh, come on. You've been through a lot, and life has not been easy or nice to you. But are you going to be nice to yourself or are you going to be mean to yourself? Okay? A lot of people walk over and disrespect you, and either you can stand up for yourself or you can also add on and bully yourself. Stand up for you now. Stand up for you. Sometimes we can be the people that go, oh, no, they didn't really mean it like that. No, you're overthinking it. Like, I don't even know, like pushing down your own emotions, like making out like your emotions don't matter. No, in this season of you, peep what is going on. Don't lie to yourself. Don't gaslight yourself. Look at the truth around you and move in accordance. Go and follow me on Instagram because I posted a video about how discernment and denial cannot live in the same house. And right now, people are operating in a spirit of confusion when it comes to their friends, their family, their boyfriend, fiance, even girlfriend, fiance, even because they have discernment that something is wrong, but they're in denial because they don't want to peep what they've seen. They don't want to accept that what they're seeing is true. Don't also bully yourself. Remember, you are your teammate. Does that mean that you will be right every single time? No, sometimes some of us are a little bit, paranoid. But I tend to think that those are like the minority of people that are really operating in paranoia. Most people, like, they can see what's going on, but because their whole lives have been told, you're too emotional, you're too this, you're too that, just calm down, I didn't even mean it like that, like all of those types of things, now you don't trust yourself. But I'm giving you permission today to trust yourself. Don't let people gaslight you, push you in a corner, and definitely don't do it to yourself. Do you understand me, Misfit? Do you understand me, Misfit? Good. I love this point. Don't listen to sorry, see sorry. Don't listen to sorry, see sorry. Now, sometimes I know there's a particular person in my life that's a bit irritated by this, but whenever they apologize to me, I say to them, well, I hear sorry, I don't see sorry. Because I really don't. Like, I don't see that you're sorry. I hear sorry though, and that should be your standard. Start closing your ears to what people say because people are really good pretenders, and start watching because people cannot keep an act up for a long time. Even actors need breaks. Professional actors, they need breaks because even if they pretend to be that person for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, they snap. You understand? Okay, so I wasn't going to add this point, but I really, really wanted to add it. And it is that it is okay to change. It is okay to change. Listen to me. It's 2024. If those people want to stay the same, walk in the same circles, do the same thing, have the same career, cool, have the same life that they've always had, amazing. But if you want to change. You will not imagine how many times people told me, oh, fam, things like, oh, do you think you're better than us? Oh, I have people say, oh, you're Hollywood now. You know, like little comments, like little whatever it is. Oh, okay, you're really godly now. I want to change. I don't want to be like you. I have to be particular with who I listen to and who I don't listen to. And you cannot be afraid of changing. Change your whole identity, change your whole personality, change in a way that pleases you. Just don't do that thing where like you change in front of some people and then you go back to being one way when you're by yourself. That's gonna hurt you. But if you change completely. If you want to become more godly, don't hold back because somebody's gonna tell you, oh, you think you're so righteous. Look, if I trigger you, baby, I trigger you. But there's a reason why you're triggered and that other person isn't triggered. And that has nothing to do with me. You can be doing so well in your own life, and somebody will be triggered because it shows them how they're not doing well in a particular situation. So listen, don't be afraid of changing. This is the season of you making yourself better for yourself, for your community, for your society. And that's not going to come with you putting yourself down, disrespecting yourself, letting people walk all over you. You need a backbone. You need to have the things that you believe, the things that you don't believe, the things that you know are true, and the things that you know are not true. As a misfit in this community, in this thing we have going on, I will not stand at all for anyone being a part of this, but talking down to themselves. Being a part of this, but letting people treat them with disrespect and them treating themselves with disrespect. No, let the world do that to themselves. But over here, as daughters of the King, as misfit men, we are not about that life. We are not about that life. We know who our God is, we know who we are, and we know that as the word says, we are more than conquerors. You understand? Do you understand me? Okay, good. So, in this season of you, take a good look in the mirror and then make a change. Na 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 na. Don't even watch that. Don't watch that. Don't watch that album coming soon, you know. Okay. So I'm so glad to have had you guys here. I'm glad for this next season that we have together. Also, I want to let you guys know if you're interested in joining the Misfit community, then you are able to actually apply to join our WhatsApp group. So we have a women's only group, we have a men's only group, and then we have our big Misfit community. Also, hi to all the Misfits that have joined us recently. I'm really glad to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Misfit Mindset podcast. I hope to see you guys again soon next week. Until then, may the Lord bless you and keep you safe, and may his face shine upon you. I'll see you soon.